Alright. Let's do that. Alongside carriage before they hooked up the horses. The horses? That's right, the horses. So, you were already in the omnibus before it even set off on its run? Well, yeah, I mean, what's the point in spending Joe to make a few bob, eh? That's the wrong idea, innit? That is the most English sentence that I've heard, like, or I've seen in this entire game. What's the point of spending a Joey to make a few bob, huh? That's the wrong idea, innit?
I love her. I love her accent.
Is you're gonna be like, what? I suppose she means there's no point in spending money to make money. It actually makes sense.
Counsel, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief. Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants.
Let us clear up the little mystery of the fares and all.
Yeah.
Paying passenger at 5 pence a piece, making the 22 weeks the cabman testified, and one little skate race riding for free.
The very Kung Fu driver always goes for some grub before his last run, see? So that's why I slip into the carriage and get myself hidden under the seat. Nice and easy, right?
Behind me place is a storage compartment. Full of equipment for the coach, though.
Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always chuck all that out and cram it in the corner somewhere.
Yeah.
No one ever was. No one ever seems to bother much.
And yet, according to the report found the police officer who first arrived at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia.
But when it was here, it wasn't.
Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all that stuff out so I could hide under the seat. That's all I can tell you.
It seems we reached the end of the line of inquiry. Continue.
Right, a waste of time. Nothing to show for me troubles that night. Waste of time? Why is that? Well, most nights I'm on my own in the God permit, at least some of the time. In the God permit?
The God permit. I don't know.
At least some of the time. This must have been like a thing that I don't know what it is. A God permit in the God permit. God permit. At least some of the time. I beg your pardon. Did you say God permit? The judge doesn't know either.
God permit?
Oh yeah, that's what my kind call it. You'd say the omnibus, I suppose. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
The point is, any normal run in the carriage ain't got no more in it for a while. Ain't got no one in it for a while. That's when you come out of your hiding place and get away. That's it. Only that night. This cove was sat on me seat from the start.
Sat on me seat.
And he didn't budge all the way, did he? Not 1 inch. I was totally stuck.
This portly fella.
Do you mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the closed cabin.
Yeah. Right, mister?
To be sure. I was as shocked as anyone.
So
Are they working together?
I think she was just stuck. She was prepped, she was stuck, so she was like, fuck it, I'll wait till everybody leaves, and then she was startled by the sound.
Yeah.
Oh, expect to leave the cushion and be sat on the fire, child. I'll do ya.
Yeah, that usually doesn't happen. So this Mrs. Lestrade could possibly be the culprit then. Can't see a blind thing in that item, please. It's pitch in there. So you couldn't see out into the cabin at all? Not sure. First days I pushed the cushion out with my head and look out of the crack. And I can have butchers at what I'm gonna fit. Who I'm gonna fiddle. I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get on ain't as plush as the other one, see? So most of the time the passengers plan themselves opposite. Smart, eh? But for some reason tonight, this the Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head.
For some reason.
But for that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion up to peek out, I see.
Huh.
Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being drowned in a clink. But it's the only place to hide in them carriages, so it's Obson's choice.
Who's Upson?
Yeah, who's Obson? Why doesn't he just stick to picking people's pockets in the open then? I think there's some reason that she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor. So anyways, I was a bit scared, but I had to just stick it out under there. Nothing else for it.
Interesting that she said, like, she knows how people, that there is a place that is better than the other, but for some reason he decided to go for the one that is close.
Yeah, he said he's always feeling better sitting that way. I mean, I guess I can't believe that. But the thing is, like...
Press X to doubt on that one.
Yeah,
Put a pin in.
yeah. When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump. And you let out a scream involuntarily? That's right. Then I felt the cushion over my head get lighter all of a sudden. Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes.
Not.
Or not.
I'm also here. It could equally have been the moment the accused stood in order to stab his victim, could he not? But the thud...
Yeah, the
after
thud. Yeah, the thud happened before that.
Well, girl, did you see what happened at the crucial moment?
Yeah, I saw it. I pushed up the cushion and I had a quick butchers while I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up the bloke what had fallen on the floor on the seat opposite. Oh, the bloke what had fallen. Oh, God damn it. That matches Mr. McGilled's account, of course. But then the fella suddenly turns around and looks at me. I sunk back down again. It was too late by then. I should never have risked looking. It's because of that as well, found me. Hey, you did help me get away, mine. Hold it! And when Mr. McGilded discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place? I was scared stiff I was. He dragged me out and sat me down on the seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason? Yeah, the bloke had a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. And the carriage lurched a bit and he ended up falling onto me. Oh. How awful. Both my hands got covered in blood. It made me feel sick as a dog. Yeah. Both our hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop passengers saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGilded for a while. Is that correct? He asked me some stuff. Wanted to know my name, what I was up to and that. Then I got something from above. Someone screamed.
Yes, Mr. First on the rooftop, one would presume.
Well, I didn't want no one seeing my face, so I didn't look up. Then the horses were drawn up smartish, and this the Irishman says to me, "Get back onto the seat, I'll see that you can get away later." Huh.
If you hear the noises behind me, my cat just found her little toy and it has like a little... make noises.
No, it's fine. Cat noises can be excused. All 6 members of the jury had decided the defendant was innocent. For one brief shining moment, yes. It's clear that they're all still very unsure. If we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this New Testament, for sure we would clinch the verdict if we want. Yes, I think you're right. And I have this niggling feeling. Something's bothering me. I just can't quite put my finger on it. Now where'd the stuff go? So it's not inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses and horses like always. Nothing to show from the
Can I see the third one again? Can you
Can't
press
see
on that one again? Let me
blind
just
thing that item
see.
place. It's pitch in there. Huh.
Let's see.
It's pitch in there. Let me just. It's the opposite seat. I don't know. Do we want to look at this again? I guess you wouldn't be able to see anything from down there. Huh. Oh. No, there's nothing there. Huh. Yeah, she did act strange. Was it that statement?
Wait, she said that she doesn't like dark places. Can we press that again? I think she said she doesn't like dark places in another one. Can we see if that's
Yeah. Wait, what?
I think it was in the screen. She was there. Can we let's
Yeah,
press
that's
the third one
this
again.
one. Okay.
Oh, that was the fourth one, right? Let's press the fifth one again. I think that was the one that you said that she doesn't like small spaces.
Can't see a blind thing in that item place. It's pitch in there.
Don't see on the camera at all. Another shot. Mm-hmm. Hello. I can have a look. Yeah. For some reason that night is your eyes must have the whole giant right over me head. For that reason as well.
Mm-hmm.
Truth is,
Yeah,
oh
that's
yeah,
it.
there we go. I had to I didn't dorm.
Ah, yep, that's the one.
Hey, there we go. You got a thing. He was laughing. He made it on purpose. He did it on purpose. He knew she was there.
Yeah, apparently so, huh?
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Something wrong, Mr. McGilded?
Oh, I do apologize. But there's something the matter with the council.
I'm just wondering if Miss Lestrange's last comment make something occur to you, perhaps. You seem to be thinking something to yourself.
No. Just nothing important. It's feeling bad for the poor lass as well. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad showed up in the door. It was terrifying, so it was.
I see. Yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm still scared of the dark now.
You were in a cupboard.
Fucking closet.
I don't know about yourself. And then the darkness seems to make anything you hear seem that much louder as well.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because your senses are heightened
Yeah,
when you don't see.
the senses.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you close your eyes, you can hear better. Yeah. I suppose it does, maybe. Miss Lestrade, did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps?
The latch? Would she hear the latch being open?
Nah, not really.
Oh,
All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Well,
You're jabbers. There's no need to know what me foibles you this camp.
what a pity. If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, he might have given us a vital new clue. Yes. What should we make of that last statement of ours? It's profoundly important.
It's absolutely boring.
My lord, I believe the statement just made by the witness is profoundly important. My, that's big words there, counsel.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Was that you heard nothing?
That was my trigger finger.
Yeah.
Yes, which is the profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it.
I'm almost sure I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern mind, counsel. Nevertheless,
The machinations of my mind are complex. Oh, how's the thing go?
Enigma.
As if they're an enigma. Thank you. Yes, the inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Right.
And then there's a carton of milk.
The carton of milk.
Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your final testimony by repeating your last statement, please.
What? Supperman? What are you on about? Don't give me your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. Well, it won't work on me. That's right. Insult the judge. Always a good move.
She already shot the judge.
It's true. I was straining my ears to work out what was going on, but all I could hear was snoring.
Press on this little thing.
Yeah. So you're straining to hear what was happening the entire time? Since the moment you hid yourself? Not exactly, no. Sorry? Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butcher's to see what was what. But then when I saw this swell getting on, I got my head down so he didn't notice me. Mr. McGilded sat on the seat under which you were hiding, correct? Yeah! Would you Adam and Eve it, eh? What a mug! Would you believe it? Would you Adam and Eve it?
Yep, Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve.
It's Cockney.
Cockney accent is so fun.
So then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out of there as soon as I heard him leave us, see? Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
But would he? Not likely. Even though we stopped here and there, I never heard the door open. So I just had to stay put and listen to him driving his pigs to market, snoring like an old dog he was. So the door never opened. So how did the guy get in there? Possibly through the skylight?
If only there was a latch of the skylight or something. I don't know. Are
there any conclusions we can draw from? Yes.
It doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up, no. Miss Lestrade, what you've just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts. Huh? You calling me a liar there? You what, mate?
At odds? Are you sure, man? Dude? My dude?
Absolutely. Oh.
It seems my learned Nipponese friends is not as do it. Nope. Sorry. Do it as a fear.
So Van Zeeks realized it too.
Also, I must insist that you both state your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least.
Yes, my lord.
I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court.
According to Miss Lestrade, whilst she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGilded snoring. But think, Yonosuke, think. What does it mean? What does it all mean?
So a person? Wait, let's see.
There's something else you should have heard. Actual person, that Mason, I guess then.
Mason entering.
Yeah, exactly. So, Mason.
Yeah.
Very well, my lord. Allow me to elaborate. On a particular sound that Mr. Starr could not have failed to hear on the night in question. The sound very clearly explained by the presence of the following person.
Mr. Mason.
Well, she would have heard the stabbing too, right? That's another thing.
Him entering because he was
Yeah,
the first one to go.
and she did say no door, right? So she didn't hear a door. So how did he enter?
How
And
did
she
he
also,
enter?
I think this is what we're getting at here. she also would have heard him getting stabbed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take that!
And she wouldn't hear the latch because it's on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Twice fired Mason?
You see, he was very bad at his jobs. That's why he was fired 3 times. Yes, my lord. The sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus. Okay, yeah, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Pointing. Order. Explain your reasoning, counsel.
Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that we were the first person on board the omnibus. Is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I? And the next person aboard the omnibus was Mr. McGilded?
There it was. Not so was in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least not in plain sight.
So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at that time?
Didn't I just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure. And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey. During which time you did not hear the door opening or closing at all? Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, weren't it? Waiting for this fellow to leave. In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage?
Oh.
We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Ms. Lestrade's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts.
Yes, this petty thief statement was clearly flawed.
That's not the statement that's flawed, it's your case that's flawed.
Lord Von Zeeks.
Yes. He knew. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement.
You see words of thanks I in order for my learned friend.
What are you talking about?
You have demonstrated matters impeccably.
Oh, so you're saying, yo, what? What are you saying now?
This witness and her colorful statements are lie.
Oh.
Are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient and truths, nothing more.
Is that what you're getting at? Okay.
Is that right?
Granny, don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Stop it!
Oh, Granny.
Are we gonna be saved by the one guy who was like, fuck you at the beginning?
She didn't even say anything. I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways. But I must say, I can't abide liars.
And neither can I. Oh, well.
Mr. Foreman.
Oh, so now is the second time we're gonna have to put them up against each other because they're gonna go guilty. I didn't want to judge this girl just because she was so nice in celebrious ways. But I must say, I cannot abide liars.
This seems really familiar. I cannot abide liars. I feel I've heard that from you before. All of you.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put them up against each other again.
Mr. Naruhodo, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty.
Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese fan. Just as refreshing as this as this glass of wine that was just
What is this, a message from our sponsors?
To the considerable troubles you have spared me.
Reaper wine.
Oh shit, it took a dip.
Wow.
Yes, this is very refreshing. This is just like very lightweight.
Why are you playing that? Have you forgotten who you're working for? You was listed Amadan.
Ugh.
This is guy there. He's better.
No, don't. Geronimo Mature is the only one left. Scenario, how the way is this going? No, if we can't find a way to convince everyone of Mr. McGilded's innocence, the judge will rule and we'll have lost. She's starting to think, though. No.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
I very much
them
wanted to
against
believe
each
the
other
words
again.
of one of London's most respected gentlemen, but those of us in service know we must accept hard truth. This is the exact same line she used earlier.
I cannot about.
Oh, Counsel, what is this outburst? Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light in this whole case. Nice way to phrase it, actually.
What are you guys going on about?
So wait, I just realized they say she's unreliable because Mason was in fact in there. But that's exactly my point.
No.
Counsel?
I'm sorry, sir. Whatever do you mean?
Also, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my adjective. I'm sorry, I'm getting drunk off the fumes. Explain yourself at once.
It's a smoke grenade.
There's so much wine on this glass and on the floor for some reason. When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. And yet, the victim's body was found inside the carriage. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus?
Gravity, Manzeeks. Gravity.
He fell.
There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage.
There was not an entrance.
There's another
Just
entrance. If the door wasn't open even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way.
Objection! No shit. What new fantasies come up with in a bad panic? But behold, ta-da! The omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other has only windows. Big windows which cannot possibly open. In short, there is no entrance to the cabin other than the door. Objection! You really hate that objection.
But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered.
Oh, really?
Yes. One other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin.
Whatever. Alright, counsel. Let's hear this bullshit. The defense will immediately identify the location for the court. I'm
Sure.
also very drunk. I'm still very drunk. Here's the omnibus. Where on earth is this entrance by which you propose the victim enter the
See,
cabin?
that's the thing. It's not on
the big
Earth.
rectangle.
It's not on Earth. That's the thing. Hey, it's right here. The answer's obvious. It can only have been the skylight.
I say, the skylight.
Objection!
Your ludicrous proposal almost had me lost for words. However, I'm gonna talk using words. Okay,
No.
never mind.
The skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection!
Objection. So you claim. Objection. Everybody does object. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your adult brain theory?
Both Mr. McGilded and Miss Lestrade said the same in the testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling on the floor.
Yes, which is already has been explained. At the sound of the victim falling from his seat having been assaulted with a dagger.
Yeah, just like leave from his seat out there, and then we're good. Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witness described? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact?
Good.
Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment the victim...
I'm sorry, that was a child screaming like outside.
That was the
That's
moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection!
Oh, fucking God. You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin?
Yes?
Okay, oh, that makes sense. That's simply impossible.
Oh, why is that? How can you be so sure?
Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen.
Well, maybe they did. And maybe they have a reason, a good reason, to not tell us that.
Not one person made mention of such events in the testimony.
Yeah, I wonder how, I wonder why.
Man, I wonder who there would have something to gain with Mr. McGilded dying by being accused of murder.
Yeah.
I
mean, dude, unless the Hatter also has like a stake in this, right? And they work together?
I mean, yeah, both of them work.
Yeah. Well, yes, that's true, but...
And then also
who's oh, this is Magnus? Okay. What's up?
Wee! Might a humble fella make a wee comment there?
Miss McGilded?
To be sure now, the two fellas who were sat on the roof that testified afore said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but...
You.
Hey, 'tis a case of them being unable to see.
What?
I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would you not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Oh my goodness, surely not.
Those two chaps on the roof.
I love how I can hear the typewriter faintly. Wow, she's going ham. You mean the ones who stuck a knife in the man were... Ah! Who now? Oh, you're still here.
That's what exactly are you insinuating here, you blunderer?
What is this?
Is he doing the Donald Duck? You rotter, he said. You rotter. What are you insinuating?
It's more like it looks like a yeah. It does either look like the angry Donald Duck or like
doing the Donald Duck.
I hear galloping though, so this is probably like sort of like a horse, or maybe a jockey.
You can grab. There is a gif of Donald Duck doing that pose.
Yeah. No. I can easily find that. That's yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that stopped rather quickly.
This is a flaming Eldritch. I've got a good mind to give you a bunk in a minute.
Give you a shine in the middle, he said, and so will I. Hold me back.
Mr. Fairplay.
You're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman, roused to spend back.
And a gambler, might I add.
a very angry hatter.
You mean a Mad
I'm also
Hatter?
angry.
You mean a Mad Hatter, right? A Mad
Oh my
Hatter?
God, is that where we're gonna go with it? Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's
Preposterous? Inconceivable? A disgrace. Okay.
disgrace. It's disgrace. It's I protest in the strongest possible terms.
Oh, that's where you were.
That's right. I protest too. But you want to say even McGilded is laughing at this. This scoundrel. Zix was pointing out this whole time. Order! 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 This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom.
Oh, they stormed in?
They just fucking kicked the door down. But this is beyond reason, law. It's treacherous. It makes me angry, you know.
Yes, very threateningly.
If I may stop this stupidity for a second. Go ahead, Lord Van Zeeks. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friends had seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof.
Accuse? I never intended to.
It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English song is wanting.
Well, McGilded was the one who insinuated this, by the way.
You propose to discord that the victim fell through the skylight. You propose to discord that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus and making too many voices. The hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen as liars. You have intimated their criminal guilt. In our British court of law, this is what is termed a baseless accusation.
I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought.
What are you wasting time for? Get them to testify.
My.
I thought there was something fishy about the hair from the moment I realized the fellow.
We have to see this matter through now, one way or another. If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. There's a voice clip for that.
Uh-huh.
Damn. What's happening, Mr. Naruto?
I feel like we're getting to the final part of this
The
trial.
spectators in the public gallery they're in a complete frenzy. Help.
I just have to remind that this is our test trial to try to be a lawyer in Britain.
Yeah.
Mr. Frappe and Mr. First? My lord, where are you? Where are you, my lord? Lord,
You
Lord,
seem rather
where are you?
confused.
Where are you? Where is this coming from?
Did the chants from the gallery startle you, maybe? Or are you you a little
Where
scared
are you?
now?
I cannot see you, Judge. You're invisible. You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony. In reference to the indictment bill brought by the defense.
Indictment. It's indictment.
Indictment.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
indictment.
indictment, okay.
Indictment, yeah.
Indictment brought by the defense. A yes voice in my head. I didn't come here for this.
There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keeping pushing. Is that not keep pushing forward?